How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.
Ooh, mama, ooh, mama, ooh, mama. Oh, hey, good morning and welcome to the Oreo Review Show. Sorry, it caught me at a bit of an intimate moment. I just woke up and I thought, what better way to start the day than with a healthy box of Oreo O's. Of course, you all know about the Oreo cookie. It's from the Nabisco, and it's got chocolate, it's got cream. Why, it's a delicious after-dinner snack. But wait a minute, isn't this for breakfast? What? It's crazy. Oreo O's originally came about in the late 90s, then they were discontinued for a period due to some licensing disagreements, and then finally in 2017, they came back. They worked it out, and now they're here, widely available original recipe. Why? Now Reese's Puffs were launched a few years prior to the Oreo O's, making them the original, what, you can't eat that for breakfast cereal. I guess preceding that, though, would be Cookie Crisp, which is literally just cookies. Even Oreo said, no, let's give them something different instead of just putting them in a cereal box and saying, dunk these in milk. Good on you for showing some restraint. Doesn't that gray-brown coloring on the cereal look delicious? Makes you want to eat it? Make your milk happy, says the back of the box. It's the stuff breakfast dreams are made of. Chocolatey, crunchy O's with that Oreo cookie taste you love. And a rich cream coating combined to give you a bowl full of cookie milk that tastes so good you'll finish it off with a smile. Dig into your old favorite. First off, I gotta object to the term cookie milk. Don't say that. Also, it tastes so good you'll finish it off with a smile? That's a low bar. Like, bare minimum, food should be good enough to make you smile. It doesn't take that much to elicit a smile in most people. So far, they're not doing a great job of selling me on it, but let's find out if this truly is a bowl full of cookie milk goodness. Got my bowl right here. Gonna get some in there. I'm gonna give it a heaping helping because this is my breakfast and I'm hungry. There we go. Always remember to reseal for freshness. See how tightly it's packed in, you know? It's like that. Keeps it fresh. Of course, you cannot have cereal without milk. But this brings up an interesting point because how much milk is the right amount of milk for your cereal? Obviously, Oreos are Milk's favorite cookie. But Oreo O's, are they Milk's favorite cereal? Maybe, maybe not. You gotta be careful with the sog factor. You also want an even distribution between the milk and the cereal. You don't want to end up with too much of one or the other. I echo a lot of the thoughts and feelings of Thane Furrows in the movie High Strung. And if you understood that reference, it's because I showed it to you. It does pretty much look as advertised. They are sort of Oreo in color, but with a white glazing that may or may not be mold. I have some milk pre-prepared here, and I'm going to pour some of it in now. Oh. We did it. This is about a good balance of milk to cereal here, you know. It's still got that crunch. I jumped in right away. You can't waste any time when you're going into it. I do about, I guess, 4 or 5 pieces per spoonful. You want to have your mouth full of it. You don't want any of your teeth to not be crunching. Sometimes I get a big bite in there. That's a big bite. That's a pile of Oreo O's. That's a stack full of them. I ended up with a little bit too much milk. There's still some left over, more than I would have liked. Now, what some people do is they will drink the leftover milk from their bowl. Those people are what we in the business refer to as sick fucks. What you should do is pour that milk back into the bottle and use it for later. It's the proper method of reusal. So I've consumed an entire bowl of the Oreo O's now. I had these once or twice when I was a youth, but not for a long time. So in a lot of ways, this is a new experience for me. And I think right off the bat, it's easy for me to say, I don't like them. Straight away, they don't taste anything like an Oreo cookie. I mean, they're not reminiscent of it at all. There's a cream layer on the outside, supposedly. I don't get any of that. They're dry. Even in milk, they're dry. Like, you could have one of them in an entire glass of milk and you'd be like, why was that milk so dry? And it doesn't taste like the chocolate in an Oreo cookie either, which, I mean, I guess you don't want to go that extreme for a breakfast cereal. It shouldn't be too sugary and sweet, but shouldn't it? Aren't they all? What are they holding back for? Nabisco certainly doesn't care about the well-being of the children of our nation. If I had to describe the flavor of an Oreo O in one word, that word would be gray. It tastes like gray. You know, the apostrophe in Oreo O's is unnecessary. It's like when people put an apostrophe in the name of a decade, like the 90s or the 80s. There's no reason to put that. Just have an S. I'm looking at the ingredients on the box and I don't understand how there were this many. Corn flour, sugar, whole grain oat flour, cocoa, canola oil, corn syrup, unbleached enriched flour, salt, palm oil, unsweetened chocolate. That one, I believe. You couldn't dream it any better. I could dream it a lot better. In fact, you put a picture of an actual Oreo right there on the box. That's better. I'm gonna give it the dry test. I know I said they were already dry, but you know, sometimes the milk can affect things, and I want to see how these stand up with no liquids whatsoever. That's why I'm performing the dry test. I'll reach in and grab a few. That's a lot crunchier. Yeah, and you really get it brings out the kibble flavor. That's what it is. It's like eating dry dog food. Cookie Crisp feels like the kids are getting away with something by eating cookies for breakfast. They've tricked their parents. These are like the parents have tricked the kids. Hey kids, you can eat Oreos for breakfast. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Oh, it's actually cardboard. Remember when you were a kid and they would have fun stuff on the back of the box, a little maze or an activity of some kind? You could look at that while you're eating your breakfast cereal before school in the morning. They don't have that on this one. What they do have on the side here are fun facts about Oreo cookies. It says you can learn something new every day, assuming that you only eat these for 3 days. After 3 days, you will be out of facts, but let's just run through them all right now. Sorry if you were hoping to let this last 3 days, I'm gonna ruin it for you. First of all, the number of Oreo cookies made in a year would circle the earth 5 times. Ooh, wee! That's a lot of cookies. The first Oreo cookie was sold in Hoboken, New Jersey in 1912. That explains why the cookies are so delicious. And one cookie takes nearly an hour to make. That can't be correct. Stop your lies! Oreo O's, you're about to receive a final score from me on a scale from 0 Oreos, the worst, to a full Oreo, the best. And I'm sorry, but you ain't getting that good of a score from this snack cookie critic. Maybe I'm biased, I like cookies more than cereal, but this is unpleasant. You know, I'm not somebody who needs a super sweet cereal. I don't need something really sugary. I like a Cheerio. I like a Rice Krispie. Just fine. But if you're gonna be a sugary cereal, then be a sugary cereal. These are just bland. They taste like nothing. They taste not like an Oreo. They taste not like cream. They taste not like chocolate. They taste like, as I said, gray. They're relatively inoffensive. That's the best I can say about them. You're not going to want to spit them out. You're just not going to really feel like you actually tasted anything at all because you didn't. That's why I'm giving them 0 Oreos as a final score. If you're going to eat these, well, I would recommend that instead you change your mind about that and don't do it. How are these so popular that they brought them back indefinitely as of this recording? I really want to find out what people like about these. Are you putting something else in there with them that makes them taste better? Or are your cereal standards that low? There's a whole aisle of cereal out there for you to explore. Expand your horizons. Sorry I'm all worked up. I just, I'm not really a morning person. Like, don't even talk to me until I've had my coffee. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to head back to bed. So in the meantime, go ahead, post a little comment down below. I'd love to hear from you about why you like these, if you do or don't, whatever you have on your mind. Let me go talk about it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with my routine at all times. Maybe if they come out with a nighttime Oreo snack, I'll get to that later too. Anyway, thanks everybody, and don't buy these, and hope you're having fun back to school or something. I don't know. Who gives a shit. Until next time. Oreo!
How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.